Hello sailors, welcome to this journey that I'm so excited to go on. And let's just start by casting off, and then when we're on our way, I can sort of explain some things. And starting off with scraping our boat is not great. Okay, so I'm away from the dock, and I'm gonna go to the halyard and release the sail, starting off with our lateen sail here. And we're sailing like pretty into the wind. Oop, crap, I was pulling it up. I'm gonna bear off a little bit before I go and lose all power. Okay, sheeted in pretty tight, which is good because that's generally where we're going. So we're here at Neverden, and we're gonna sail basically due north to Alnoam. So let's take our compass, and let's make sure that we're gonna point in the right way here, so we can be a little bit more sailing with the wind, which is nice. That island over there, I believe, is the Isle of Clear Mind, so we're not going there, we're going past it, somewhere over there. And we're almost there. This little knot at the top of the steering wheel of the helm indicates that would be the rudder at center. Okay, so we're sailing just fine. We're probably traveling, I don't know, I would guess like 3 knots right now. We're going pretty slow. We could be picking up speed though, and just make sure that we're on a consistent heading here. We might be bearing a little bit windward right now. We are on a reach here. Actually, we're like on a close reach right here, a little bit into the wind. So I can let out the mainsail quite a bit, probably somewhere around there. And that's another thing I'm doing here that I really appreciate about the game. I am a new sailor myself, like very new. I've only been out a few times. And every time I do something on a boat, I have to have the skipper remind me like what we're doing and why we're doing it and how it works and whatever. I don't really have an intuition for anything that we're doing. So what I've appreciated so far about playing this game is that although, you know, it's not as simulatory as some other sailing simulators, is my understanding, it's definitely got enough going on for it that it is helping me to learn those things and develop an intuition for sailing, which is really cool. So like tacking now, or thinking about the direction of the sail, you know, the sail shape and whatever, like that makes a lot more sense to me now on an intuitive level than it did before. There's still tons that I'm learning. Like I've tried to heave to a couple of times, which is where you use the wind to stop your boat completely, and I haven't succeeded. And I think it's a fairly simple maneuver, but I just haven't succeeded yet. I don't think I'm going to have great luck doing it with this sail. I think it is possible with lateen. But yeah, so I'm a new sailor myself, and part of what I want to do here, like I said, develop an intuition, but also practice some lingo, I guess. And again, just by playing this game and thinking about it as I play it, I've already gotten a lot better, I want to say, or like it comes more quickly to me. Like even something as simple as port and starboard, windward and leeward, like that kind of terminology. So anyway, I'm gonna try to practice the lingo, and you tell me if I get something wrong, if you happen to know better, and if not, then just take everything that I say as total gospel, like I'm an expert, right? I hate the mug, unfortunately. I'll get a water bottle. The mug's kind of janky. If you are a new sailor as well, this little tutorial is wonderful, and it explains the basics, including this. I think these are called points of sail. Yeah, there we go, points of sail. The basic idea is that you can't ever go straight upwind, although different ship configurations will allow you to sail closer and closer to the wind. But this is like based on the direction the wind is blowing relative to your ship. This is how out you want your mainsail. And that's relatively true with a multi-masted ship as well. Like I've never sailed a 2-masted ship, but I got to play a little bit with the Sandbook on my other save, and it seems like that basic logic still holds true. And also once you get a jib, which is a foresail that's sticking out here, you know, attach it to a bowsprit or something, and that's really important in sailing. And I can't wait to get a jib on this little boat. I think that's it right over there. So it's basically due north still. So I need to come a little more windward. I think we're just being pushed a lee. So I've got these 2 missions, and overall it's only going to give me another 40 all-lonk lions. Maybe it'll open up trading. Maybe 2 is all it takes to allow me to actually trade with them, and then I'll have 100 to play around with. I shouldn't need to buy anything there. And the weird thing about the mug is, like, if you try to drink it while you're facing an interactable object, or if you're facing too far down, then like the water spills and doesn't go in your mouth. It's very irritating. And I think, is that another boat out there, or is that might be All Ankh Academy further off of the west there? No, because All Ankh Academy would be east, so that must be another boat. Maybe that's just like a little rock that's connected to Al Nilam. This is a lateen sail, this like funny triangular shaped sail. I am excited to sail more gafford ships. You know, they're closer to the Bermudan sail types that are really popular among cruisers. Those are the boats that I have sailed. Sailed a couple times on a wooden Bermudan sailed boat and Bermudan rigged, and also, you know, on just like fiberglass. It's been great for me to think about some of the operations of the ship from that perspective, like thinking about where the boom is going to be. In this game, it won't like shove you off into the water if you do an accidental jibe and the boom comes swinging around real hard. But it is nice for me to think about that, like, oh my god, if this were real and I just did an accidental jibe, that would have been it, you know? I gotta think about that, you know, that kind of thing. And it's getting a bit darker here. The stars are about to come out, which is a good time for me to mention that one of the mods that I've installed is a command line mod that will allow me to change the rate of the passage of time and also to set it to daytime. So although I'm going to let this play out for a little bit here, it doesn't make very good YouTube content because this game gets really, really dark. And as cool as it is to see the night sky, I'll show it occasionally and let it happen occasionally. Or if we're doing like celestial navigation, I'll let it be nighttime. But a lot of the time, you know, the passage of day, I'm going to be having the day-night cycle go at about third speed. For now, I'm going to experiment with that. And then I'll skip the nighttime a lot of the time if I'm going to want to record a section. And I believe that's the North Star right there. Is it? Or maybe it's that one. I think it's that one. Yeah, must be that one. I haven't done any celestial navigation in this game. I mean, this is the basic, right? It's like knowing North Star. You'd only really use that if it was nighttime and you didn't have a compass, I guess. At least without a sextant and the other tools that you would need to do more advanced navigation. But it's kind of cool that this is a part of the game. Okay, we're coming up fast on the dock. Of course, fast being a relative term. So I'm going to reef the mainsail just to depower us a little bit, so we're not coming in quite as hard. And try to bring us in nice and gentle without any crashing. We'll see. And turning into the wind, so it should depower us slightly. Okay, and I'm going to go for the aft mooring line here, just to help swing the bow around a little bit. I'll get ready to push in case it gets too close to the dock. Yeah, let's push a little bit. And look at that, nice gentle dock. There we go. Okay, both missions accomplished. I still don't have level 1 reputation, so I'm still not able to hire this guy. I'm still not able to trade, so I have to take another mission. Ideally, I want a short mission. This goes back to, 61. That's really good. This is 780 pounds, so I couldn't really take anything else. I guess I could technically also take the medicine, and we would still be 100 pounds under our weight limit. And I could also easily take the mail. So overall, that's a very, very lucrative set of things. So because this is so heavy, especially relative to my boat, I really want to make sure that this is pretty perfectly centered. Oh. Uh-oh. She's sitting pretty far down in the water. Maybe that's only when I'm actually up in the bow. And that's going to make operating her difficult when I have to go up to the bow to adjust something. Although I don't have a jib yet, so there's no real reason for me to go up there other than to grab the mooring lines. Oh, but I can't do a third mission yet because I don't have the reputation for it, so that's fine. We took the most quests, and I'm getting tired here. This is my tired bar, thirst bar, hunger bar. getting tired, but there's this whole other gray bar, so I'm not sure what it means when you're out of green and you're on the gray. I can see like a little fuzzy outlined edge around the edge of the screen. But we are going to sleep on the way back once we push off, so we just have to get that far. Generally set a course. Now we're going to be, we're going to be pretty much on a beam reach, it looks like, which is pretty decent. Back to Neverden, and we'll take a little short snooze, and hopefully we'll wake up there. One way to cast off is you can take your mooring line, and you can, I'm just going to fix it to the forward one, right click, and pull it forward, which will pull your boat. And that's one way to like have a little bit of control, especially when you're near the docks. That's like really gentle stuff, and I can even be here ready to push it away if I want, which is pretty realistic to like actual unmooring. And then once I round these pegs, I'll swing the helm around. So we're doing a tack through the wind right now. We don't have a lot of momentum, so we might not complete the tack. We'll see. And we might be stuck now. So now we are in irons, and there's a few ways we can get out of it. Although we're close, let's see, it looks like our mainsail is a little bit backfilled right now, which is because we're going backwards, which is interesting. And so it's pushing us, it's turning our boat, because I have the helm all the way over, back outside of the tack. And so this will refill the mainsail and allow me to go forward a little bit. This time I'll pick up more momentum and do the tack. So this is one way to get out of irons. But the better way would have been to backfill the mainsail, which is harder to do with the Lutein rig here, by pushing it out. So now that it's filled correctly, I'm still moving backwards. So I need to bring the helm back all the way around until it starts actually pushing our boat forward. Let's make sure this is pulled in pretty tight so it starts pushing us in the correct direction. I want to see if I can do this with just the sail without getting out and pushing. Okay, there we go. Now that I can see that it's turning us the other way, it means I need to bring the helm around. It means we're going forward again. So I'm going to pull us into the wind a little bit further, allow us to pick up some additional speed before I try attack again. Okay, we've got some good momentum now, and we're very far away from the shoals, so should be able to attack now, no problem. Oh yeah, look at that tight turn. Much better. And let's wait until the sail tacks around the other side. There we go. Okay, now we just gotta point south. Here we go. So I'm going to take a sleep, and what I really should do is, if anything, I would want the helm actually more windward. Oh wow, that brought me around pretty quickly. So that if, while I'm asleep, you know, we get a little bit off course, what it's going to do is it's going to stop the boat. If it's drifting slightly windward, it's going to stop the boat, because it's almost like a tack where you lose all power, just like I did. So that's not dangerous at all, right? That would be totally fine if that happened and we were just sitting still in the water. We didn't really make it far away from Al Nilam, but we also didn't go past our target or crash into something, you know. So this helm, I think, is still slightly leeward though, and the danger with that, I gotta make sure I lock it in place. The danger with that is that it's going to drift further and further into the wind, picking up speed, blowing us way off course while I'm asleep. So I want it to just be a very slight weather helm. I don't want a lot. We're going to call that good enough for now. And my thirst bar should wake me up after not too long at all. And in fact, because we're going so slow, I think I can afford to take another sip here. Oops. So there's that spilling behavior. And I meant to purchase a bottle, but oh well. Oh goodness. And now we're going to take a nap. Just check our helm one more time. Yeah, it's very slight windward, but it's so slight I don't think we're going to lose all power. I can hear rumblings like A storm. Oh, look at that swell. We don't have a bucket, and we definitely went a little bit lee. Yeah, I don't have the bucket to bail out. A little bit of a swell. We got caught in a storm. I talked about how much I wanted to be in the storm. This is kind of brutal if this was my first time playing SAILWInd. This ship is very solid and sturdy, but the swell is coming at us from our beam right now, almost exactly, which is not ideal. So what I should do is I should tack a little bit, either sail into the wind for a bit and then sail out of it, or sail this direction and come back around just to go with the swell. You know, we're taking on water right now as it is, and we're so laden down with this copper. It's like, check out that swell right there. It's not big enough to topple us just yet, but it could end up being, so I'm just going to keep an eye on it. This is kind of exciting weather to start with. Makes it fun anyway. And it looks like the storm is already passing through us, so we shouldn't have to deal with this for much longer. Like, that would be my guess, that the storm is mostly over there now, because I can kind of see more clear skies in that direction. Yeah, look at all this water we're taking on. Can I bail with the... Wait, where's my mug? Bailing seawater with a mug. This is fine. Hey, it worked. That is incredible. I didn't know you could do that. This is the best game ever. I think that what happened, this is my guess. So right now the wind, I'm trying to figure out why it did that while it was asleep. Yeah, so the wind is blowing more northeast now. Before, if I remember correctly, it was like southeast, southeasterly, maybe even south-southeast. So the wind shifted. And when the wind shifted, it changed how our sail shape was affecting, you know, which direction the helm wanted to push. And that made us into more of a lee helm, which again was that thing that I was saying was dangerous, especially because like a storm came upon us. It made it even more dangerous because we woke up, you know, being jostled around, hit a beam by these massive swells, you know, well, massive. I think they can get a lot bigger than that. I'm excited to experience them, but I think that this boat, like, you know, this is a worst case scenario for starting off, I think. Like, to have had this much heavy cargo, really, I don't think I could have gotten much heavier of missions for this early on when you only have 2 reputation and you can't buy any trade goods. To not have a bucket or any other items to, like, help me bail just yet. To experience your first storm on the way back, you know, I think I did everything just fine in terms of setting my helm and everything before I went to sleep. I'd considered the options, you know, and yet we still ended up facing the wrong way, waking up in the middle of the night, taking on water in a storm. It's pretty great. Alright, we made it. Storm is passing. It's a beautiful day on Neverden. Alright, and there we go. That's all packages delivered. We're now level 1. So we can purchase our own cargo, and we have 192 onks to play with. Sweet! One of my early goals is to get to, what's it called? Gold Rock City, the main port in this area. This rock is always visible. anywhere that you are in the Alank region, so that you can always use it to kind of get a bearing for where you are if you've lost yourself otherwise. But I want to go here to the dry dock and add a jib to this as soon as I can, and also change this to a gaff sail. I think it's going to cost me maybe like 500 or 600 lions to do that. And then I also want enough money left over that I can still be trading commodities at a fairly high rate. But I don't want to go too long with just this single lateen sail here, because I don't find it as fun. So yeah, that's going to be a first early mission, and I'm going to think about what trade goods might get me there, eat up, maybe sleep, go to an inn, and go from there.